Just putting this little disclaimer, I'm not here to bash nobody, clown anybody, or I guess point fingers. All right. So there was this beautiful Asian girl. I'm a little rugged, I'm not comparing myself to her, but me coming in as this dark skinned black big chick with, I guess, this standoffish demeanor because I wasn't so open. The same story this Asian woman shared about her going through her abuse, everybody was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. They dressed this little beautiful word up as microaggressions, but in actuality it's racism. The microaggression about that situation is everybody treated this woman with like so much compassion and they had so much sympathy for her, and it was all because she was Asian. They didn't have any sympathy when I told my story, which was almost similar to hers.
Child, we need to talk.
Hi, my lovelies. It's your girl, Shy. You already know. Thank you so much for chiming in with me today, right here on the Lifestyle Detox. I wanted to talk about this time where it was microaggressions. Microaggressions is when someone is being racist, like a white person. They're being racist, but they don't know that they're being racist. So it's a lot of microaggressions going on. I don't know why they like gave that a little word instead of just saying like racist. Like if you, look, I'm fat, but sometimes I don't know I'm fat. I might dress like I'm skinny, but I'm still fat. They still call it fat. So they dress this harsh word racism up and make it microaggressions. But this is my story when I went through the court system. They took wisdom from me. I went through the court system. In order to get him back, I had to do some classes. I had to take a DV support group. And in this group, it was I was actually the only black person in that group. There was Spanish people, and there was an Asian girl that came in. Oh, I'm sorry. And if I got the sniffles, don't think I snort coke because sis, I don't do that. All right. So it was this Asian girl. I've been attending this group, this DV support group, for such a long time. This is in San Diego, El Cajon, California. That's a part of San Diego. So we had this DV support group, and everybody tells their stories. Why are they there? What's going on in their case. I didn't really talk too much because I knew like the therapist was an informant to the social workers, and I knew the social workers was going against me having my son because they are rogue social workers. However, we ain't even gonna get into all of that. The therapist was supposed to conduct a group. We were supposed to do our little DV support group session. Like I said, I was very minimum with my sharing. The only thing I really, contributed to was when the other women spoke, I offered feedback because they were sounding so hopeless and so helpless. And I understood where they were coming from, but I'm not the helpless type person. I have a God, a big God that I serve. So I wanted to share that God with them, and that's just the type of person I am. If you've known me all my life, you've known that I'm always speaking about God. I'm always talking about encouragement, empowerment, Holy Spirit, all of that stuff. So boom, the lady talks about her story. I give them feedback. There was a Asian woman who came in there with the same exact situation as me. And if you know your sis Shy, I don't ask nobody for no pity. I don't want no pity from anybody. I don't want nobody feeling sorry for me because, like I said, I serve a big God and this too shall pass. So I told my story, not all in detail or whatever. They knew that I was abused and I'm coming into this class, right? In order to get my son back. My son was taken due to the DV. And I'm just looking at the microaggressions from my standpoint. This is just my perspective, right? Just putting this little disclaimer. I'm not here to bash nobody, clown anybody, or I guess point fingers. All right. So there was this beautiful Asian girl. I'm a little rugged, I'm not comparing myself to her, but me coming in as this dark skinned black big chick, with this, I guess, this standoffish demeanor because I wasn't so open. However, the same story this Asian woman shared about her going through her abuse, everybody was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But the baby was put with her husband's mom, so her mother-in-law. The mother-in-law was very abusive towards her. And she heard her mother-in-law one day, and while she was taking a shower, beating on her child. Her child is a baby, like not even months in. So she came out the shower, the baby was screaming, and the mom started to abuse the woman. So this Asian woman, coming from this Asian culture, I learned a lot about Asian cultures. Like, they be abusing their women too, like just as bad as any other culture. Everybody, it's not about the race, it's definitely about the spirit under the shell, right? So, that wasn't the microaggression about it. The microaggression about that situation is everybody treated this woman with like so much compassion, and they had so much sympathy for her, and it was all because she was Asian. They didn't have any sympathy when I told my story, which was almost similar to hers, except I didn't have my mother-in-law or anybody like that in the picture beating my behind and beating my child. So anyway, long story short, I just thought that was something that I should get off my chest, because a lot of us Black women are going through microaggressions and we don't even know. Like, some people really think racism don't even exist anymore, and some Black people think racism don't exist anymore either. So sis, I need to put you D on a little bit of game in the world. It goes on, and it really goes on more than we think it goes on. If you look at your own culture, y'all be talking about people, right? Y'all be talking about the racists, right? So if you use that, as a foundation to kind of like understand other cultures and understand everybody else, it becomes a little bit more easier to realize, right? And to see for yourself. If you don't want to see it, you probably won't. I don't know. I don't think I'm right about that, because it was a lot of times where I was so innocent and so naive, and I'm thinking people are really genuine, but they just have this concept about big Black women. And I fit the description, y'all. I'm a big Black woman. So they just think we're more aggressive because, like, we be believing in ourselves. Like, we don't fold. Like, so they think, our articulation is a form of aggression. When no, we not being aggressive. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay? So it's crazy how mildly your temper could be as a Black woman, and they are still saying that you're doing too much. And it's like, how am I doing too much, sis? You don't know me. You don't know me, honey. I'm from Philly. This is regular. I'm the best person you will ever meet that's from Philadelphia. Like, I'm not violent or any of that stuff. So, yeah, like, they just begin this notion that I guess we can handle it. Oh, that's just her. And that's my issue. Like, a lot of people really believe that we don't get tired of taking bullcrap. A lot of people believe that we are just punching bags. We are who you release yourself on. That can be furthest. That could not be furthest from the truth, because sis, if I'm getting dumped on, best believe I'm dumping back. Might not be in a traditional way, but you best believe I'm praying to my God for some things to happen, and you best believe He gonna answer me. okay? Because I'm obedient, honey. I be doing what the Lord say to do, okay? Not what people say to do. I do respect the laws of the land. I ain't going against none of that. But if my spirit is telling me to do something, guess who I'm going to listen to? Because the world can't predict the pathway the Lord has for me. Nobody can do that. Only I can. He speaks to me, okay? He speaks to you, okay? So if you can realize that communication within your own soul, within your own spirit, then boom, there's your spirit of discernment right there. What I won't do is tolerate anybody giving me disrespect, because if you give me something, then that means I gotta give you something back. So if you giving me something and I'm not accepting it, don't push it on me. So in this case, when my son was taken, that was something that was put on me. That was something that I really could not escape unless I would have left the moment the moment that I really had it in my gut to pack my shit up and leave. That's the moment where I should have left, the day before CPS came. You know, instead of me calling the police, I should have just packed my shit and I just should have just left. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. I didn't do it. I didn't listen to that voice. And now look at where I am. I would not have learned certain lessons if I would have just bypassed that point. So I'm proud of myself for listening to my spirit and going along with my spirit and doing certain things. Because although I can be, I don't even want to say stubborn, because sis, I'm not even stubborn. Like, I'm a Taurus, I'm the bull, but it's not that I'm stubborn. It's just that I be knowing what I be doing. Like, I be knowing what I be talking about. I be knowing what I be doing. So it's like I got that confidence in me already. So it's like, why would I look for anybody in the exterior world when I have my Lord and Savior in heaven? Why would I be looking for a pastor of a man-made church when I have my own pastor of my church? I am the church. So I do have a pastor, by the way, but that's somebody that I can physically go to when I feel like killing somebody. That's somebody I can physically go to or physically call when I need prayer. Okay? So that's why, you know, I think it's very important to fellowship and be a part of a man-made church. Is because you want to be around other like-minded believers like yourself. And I created Empowermenetwork Network just so I can have my tribe, like-minded individuals. We are the church, you know, and we bring our heart, our soul, our mind, our spirit. We bring it forth. So that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to shine light on the microaggressions that's going on in the system. Oh my gosh, y'all. I ain't even going to talk about how the judge treated me. Yes, honey, I would put their names out there, but I ain't going to do that. But it was in El Cajon, California, the court over there. Okay. But I do have a nice judge now in the family court. And family court is a lot more lenient on, I guess, the mother. Especially if you got all your papers and your paper trails and your documentation to back up all of that stuff. So all they're going to be looking for is a paper trail. I've been submitting everything that I had in this family court to the juvenile court, but the man he did not like me. Like, these people don't like me. Like, they don't like sis. And it's because I don't change my demeanor. I know I'm very respectful. Don't get me wrong. I know how to talk to people. I know how to approach people. But they know that I mean business when I talk. I talk with a firmness, with an authority, because I be knowing certain things. Like, they don't think I know it, but I be knowing certain things. So I ask questions. I speak on certain things. I'm just building. I'm trying to get an understanding so that we can communicate effectively here. Because it ain't going to be effective communication if I don't understand what the hell I'm getting myself into and what you trying to dig into. So I just thought it was very important for me to just talk about just those situations that us mothers who get caught up in the system face. It's not a fun game to play, but it is definitely a powerful one. You will come out of it even more powerful than what you came in with. So I empower you today, my lovelies. Thank you so much for chiming in with me today right here on my YouTube channel, I'm going to turn around and make a podcast about this as well, because I think my audio listeners will enjoy this too. So I hope to see y'all soon. God bless y'all. Make sure you are staying updated on Facebook.com/Empowermenetwork and also on the Chiming with Shy page. I did put out an announcement that I will be taking a break from Chiming with Shy, but sis, I can't really take a break. I am shy. So it's like I can't really take a break from my life. So but I have been really focusing on this Valentine's Day feeding we're going to do in Africa. So like I said, if you want to contribute to this feeding, if you contribute, we will be able to feed more than 100 people. But my money from my accounts, my hard-earned money, I only can afford to feed 100, okay, by myself. So if you want to contribute anything, my Cash App is the money sign Empower Me Network, okay? Just the black logo, EM Network, okay? It's your girl. You know, I haven't been on these YouTube streets lately because I'm getting ready for another Valentine's Day feeding. This is our second annual Valentine's Day feeding in Akiti State, Nigeria. So we want to help people there enjoy their Valentine's Day. The people who can't enjoy their Valentine's Day, we want to make it extra special by providing them a free meal. So sis, if you want to contribute to this feeding, make sure you Cash App Empower Me Network, the money sign at Empower Me Network. You can't contribute via Cash App, don't even worry about it. Thank you for considering to Cash App the money for the contributions, because I will be heading out of the country, and when we get out of the country, we can't accept any more Cash App payments. You have until February the 1st. Thank y'all, my lovelies. Make sure y'all tuned in, empowermenetwork.com.